Welcome to the overview of Funifier gamification platform. This is the Funifier Studio login, the administrative area of your gamifications. You can navigate in Funifier Studio in the language of your choice. You can choose the language in this combo between Portuguese, English, Spanish and other languages. You can log in Funifier using your Facebook account, your Google account, or create an account using your corporate email and password. As soon as you log in Funifier, the first screen you see is the screen of your gamifications. You can have a gamification to your employees, a gamification to your customers, a gamification for your internet users that access your website. Basically, Funifier can be used to create any type of gamification for your business. To create a new gamification, click the New Gamification button. You can choose to create a new gamification based on a pre-built template or blank template. Enter the title of your gamification and what you want with this gamification. You can also choose an image that represents this gamification. You can choose an image from a gallery with pre-registered images, or inform a URL of an image on the internet. Once you create a new gamification, the first screen you see is the dashboard, which will be very useful to analyze the results that gamification is producing for your business. Another important item is the action menu. Here you will register all the actions you can perform within your business or in your website, for example. On the player menu, you can view all the people who are interacting with your engagement strategy. In the win state menu, you can set all the behaviors you want to encourage with gamification. And the incentives menu is dedicated to all rewards that the business wants to use in this strategy. The gray menus are dedicated to business information. Below them we have the game techniques menu, which I personally prefer to call engagement techniques, because it can be used in any other situation that is not necessarily within a game. Within Funifier Studio, you have a lot of engagement techniques available for you to use in gamification strategies. To start using an engagement technique, just click on it and Funifier will start to guide you in setting up this technique. In this case, I am setting the points engagement technique, and it is asking me to fill the title of my point and an image to this point. At the end, Funifier is giving me congratulations because I just successfully configured the point technique. Below the game technique menu, we have the integrations menu, with the current integrations available between Funifier and other platforms. One of the most used integration is the HTML integration. You can use it to connect Funifier with your web systems. To do this kind of integration, you need to include these lines of JavaScript in all HTML pages of your system that is being gamified. An important information of this script is the API key, which is a unique identifier of your gamification. Each gamification has a different API key. Another important tool in HTML integration is the developer's plugin. If you do not have access, at least for now, to include these scripts in your HTML pages to make the final installation of your gamification, then you can use this developer plugin. This plugin simulates the installation of these lines of JavaScript in all open pages that you open in your browser, and only in the browser that has the plugin installed. Remember that this plugin is just a tool to support the development, and therefore it's only available for Firefox and Chrome browsers. The installation script is compatible with any browser. Let's suppose you want to gamify a website on the internet, and in this case we have no access to include those lines of JavaScript. So this is a perfect situation to use the Funifier Developers plugin. So, as I'm using Firefox, I will click on this link to install the plugin on my browser. At the end, we have Funifier icon here in your browser. If you click this icon, it will ask you to inform the player ID and your gamification API key. So I will copy this key, enter it here and save. From this moment, all the HTML pages that are opened in this browser will already be integrated with Funifier through this plugin. Another important tool available within Funifiers, in the security menu, in the player's authentication area, we have the inline option. When you enable this option, Funifier allows you to integrate HTML systems directly on the page that is being integrated to your gamification. For that, you need to have this option enabled, and the player informed in the plugin needs to have developer privileges. If you go to the players menu and edit the player, we will see that this player has developer privileges. This means that when we reload this page, Funifier will present his inline tool. This tool, when turned on, begins to monitor all pages elements being integrated to your gamification. There are two critical points of integration for a gamification to be successful. The first relates to the ability of you to monitor in real time what your players are doing. And the second has to do with feedback. You must be able to give real-time feedback for these players. To monitor the player's behavior on your web system, you can simply select one of your page elements, right-click with your mouse on this element, and choose the action. Here, you'll be able to inform Funifier what action is that behavior. So, when that link is clicked, Funifier will receive the information that the professional action has been taken. When performing this setting, Funifier will now monitor this click on this link. You may notice that Funifier now includes a special mark in this element and yellow color this element. If you want to see how the user will view these elements, simply turn off this tool and you see the standard view. Turn on this tool again to visualize as Funifier administrator. If we go back into Funifier in the action menu, you will realize that the action that has been set in the integration within your web system appeared in Funifier Studio. Now, we can use Funifier platform to motivate people and perform further this action. Let's choose another game technique to start to stimulate this behavior. I will choose here the quest list game technique. Let's create a new challenge. I will enter a title for this challenge, and the description should say what needs to be done to complete this challenge. I will also fill here a picture for this challenge and the behavior required for the player to complete the challenge. Also, you can now reward the player with points, since you have already set the point technique in this gamification. In the advanced area, we still have many other configurations available. One is the notifications. Once the player completes this challenge, I want to show him a message. Congratulations, you just complete this challenge. And when the challenge is created, I want to show for all players the message. You receive a new challenge. Click the link Professionals to complete this challenge. In this field, you can configure the message that you want to present to the players. We have a number of other information that can be filled in this technique. I saved it, and as we set a message to be delivered to players on the creation of this challenge, if we go back to the page where the player is logged in, you see that Funifier is already delivering this notification. You have received a new challenge. Click the link Professionals to complete this challenge. This is a way of feedback provided by Gamification platform. This feedback specifically is called instant notification. We will now complete this challenge. I will click on the link Professionals, and now Funifier receives information that this player has completed that action. And it realized he just completed the challenge that we have created. Then we got that other notification. Congratulations, you have completed the challenge knowing the professional session. If you want to add new feedback elements on your web system, you can do it with the inline tool. Select the place where you want to display this feedback and right-click with your mouse. Choose Widgets option and select the widget you want to display on the page. In this case, you have a list of objects available in Funifier. I will choose the player's profile and will replace the selected area with this widget. So, Funifier is now displaying this feedback element that shows the player achievements information. With the inline tool, you can still change the visual style of these widgets. You can completely modify these visual elements. You can modify the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript used to render this element. Once you've finished, you can click on Apply the Style to Instance button to replace the graphic directly in your web system. You still have the option to change the widget by another widget. And at any time, you can delete these graphics by clicking the trash icon. So this is how we make the integration between Funifier and web systems. It's very simple and quick. You don't need any kind of programming knowledge to perform this type of integration. In Funifier Studio, you still have the details area of your gamification, where you can at any time modify the title, description and the image of your gamification. And in Dashboard, you can already see the results in real time of your player's behavior. If you want to return to that initial screen, now you can click on Gamifications in the top of this page and you see all gamifications you have created. Now you can log out, and I hope you enjoyed this platform quick overview, and see you in the next video lesson.